traded back up there. I'm like, this is to get the shorts out now, and as
Oh
long
yeah,
as it doesn't break that last candle, I'll be happy to keep it. But it has to break back into the underneath the DRC from last week's WDR to really have legs.
yeah. Okay, apparently I didn't sign my agreement. That's why. Okay, let's log in. Let's do this beesh
What agreement for your employment?
for Trade of 8.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck? Why are you not signing in Trade of 8? Okay. Boom, boom. Log in. What the fuck? Why the fuck is this shit not logging in? Bastard. Wow, look at that. CL, man. Hope you held.
Yeah, I'm still holding.
Beast.
Oh no, it took me out. It hit my
Your ultimate target, right?
yeah. But
36.
I meant to remove it and trail it.
Yeah, I bet. It's
That's
all
whatever.
good.
Yeah,
Oh, so we
whatever.
have.
It's okay.
Okay, forget.
I'm
So we have
looking
a
for a
CL
false day here.
You're looking for what?
A false day.
On CL?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Tuesday True Short.
Shit.
What makes you say that?
Just price action.
Okay, I see.
Or basically,
It makes sense.
we took
Do you
these
think it'll hit
highs.
the bottom of last week's?
No, I don't think it's coming down here.
Ew.
That
Yeah,
is
You think
that.
it's
that'd
going to
be
turn here?
Well,
I'm
zero.
looking back on the chart, and I see what you mean. It should sweep the RDR low of
could have
Friday.
reaction here.
Maybe.
Oh, which it's already done. It's already done that. Sorry.
Yeah, this would be the ODR. It's already taken the RDR.
Yeah, the ODR. Yes.
Like if we price below the ODR from last Friday, we're, I guess.
What's the order block you would look at? That's what I'm most curious about. And that was also the volume POC, which has not been closed. Oh, actually, it has been. No, it has not been. At 92, 76.92. It's extending still.
Yeah, 77.12. I'd look to see a reaction.
Okay, and that's based on the order block from that consolidation down there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me see if I can replicate it and figure out how you did it. Let's see. I'm gonna take my box here, go bang. Come on, Billy boy, let's go.
77.12 would line up with kind of right where we're at. I don't even have alarms set here. Like, what's going on with my alarms here?
I can't figure it.
Hold
Oh,
on.
I do. I don't. I know what it is. I know what it is. Don't tell me yet.
It could just keep going, but
I have the high and low of the 8:30 candle from Friday, which is the order block that took us above, right?
well, let me break it down further. Let me see. Yeah, that's what it. Well, it would just be this wick, is what it's trying to mitigate. So if we get an actual body close below this, that's quite incredible.
So let's see. Wow, crude oil. What a bitch.
Yeah.
And
Missed
basically,
that.
if this runs to target, it's probably running
76.90.
it's probably going to here, potentially
Brandy.
even
Oh,
this
ES bounced
gap.
right off the weekly DR.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good. Not exactly. Target 0.5.
Okay, so we're pretty much nearly all the way across the weekly DR here on CL. Once we get here, do we see a bounce? Maybe not. We went through this thing straight in one shot. Well, we went above it, came down above it. Oof, we've been through this weekly DR so much.
Yeah, it's not a very strong weekly DR.
Yeah.
There's no like key
Oh,
reaction.
so the
Yeah,
number of times it
that's
transverses
crazy.
that WDR, the weaker it becomes.
Yeah, it's just
Mm-hmm.
like anything, right? Like if it's
Yeah.
not super reactive off of a certain area, it just means nothing. Like I'm not
Yeah.
even looking at the weekly DR because like you can see like how many times it just like came in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Dude, what a trade this would have been. I don't know how you'd catch this.
You just catch it right here.
Is this the 0.5 of the... Oh yeah, look at this. It was the 0.5 of the ADR. If you'd caught it somehow here, 78.27.
Yeah. When it failed to break here, and you got this big push down, you could have got in right here, assuming that it's going to be a downside box, and you could have went for like wherever really, assuming it's gonna be a downside day. You could still be trailing. Trail the target. But I was anticipating sweeping the highs at least, going to the 2.5 extension and then reversing. I still see it going higher, but the algo wants to price down, so down we go.
Down, down, down.
Really,
where is this?
really depends where the next two candles close as to my interest, and if it hits target. If it doesn't hit target and retraces, I would probably look for something like this. Directional imbalance down. Might just be done for the day. I'm up 3.5 hours. I don't really care. There's no way I could have caught this. What does this show on the 1 minute?
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not seeing anything great right now.
Yeah, you could have caught this move actually.
The CL one?
Yeah, so when
You had compo?
on the 1 minute, if you're after the
Yeah.
confirmation, it doesn't retrace back up, closes price action. When this green candle closes, you could have gotten here, step above the AMR.
Yeah.
But this is
Aggressive trade though, very aggressive. I don't know.
well, that's how I caught my buy this morning, right? It was on the 1 minute.
Yeah.
Saw the structure shift, saw the directional imbalance up. I wanted it to fill 50% of this candle, and then I took it up.
Yeah, this is.
Okay, maybe M will give me a long
This
data.
This is This is key right here.
Day one.
Dib down, dib down, dib down. Fail to go low at all in the 1 minute.
Actually interesting. Broken model. Okay, YM's not looking horrible. If we get a long confirmation, so put a alert here. Then 10:45:11. Russell.
90. This is where it should stop, I guess, right here, 90. So if I take the low of the 645 candle and the high of the 710 candle from Friday, that gives us 90 as the low. Is that a good drawing for a order block that took us out of there, or no?
Let me take a look. 74 and 90. 90. I'm not seeing 74.
Yes, 10:30 long. Oof, that'd be nuts.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I would be like, this would be.
Hold on, let me see. Okay, hold on a second. Just take a
Like, based on how I see structure, anyways, it would be.
Are you guys entertaining another trade in crude?
Oh, okay. So what's the order block below that? You see what
Well,
I'm saying?
yeah, so like, it would be this one here, because it's the biggest wick.
Okay.
But because this closed price action in between, it would be this candle here.
Okay.
Or you would have to go to the 1 hour, and it would be this wick technically is what it would want to mitigate, because everything else here, so from here up, there's this fair value gap, and then this wick isn't mitigated, which is, if we draw a box from here to here, weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
Interesting.
Directly 50% to the tick of that wick.
Wow.
And then I literally called it on the 1 minute right here. I said this is literally screaming to me that it doesn't want to price lower. Dip down, dip down, dip down. No further push. Dip up. Start pushing up. So like, if I was trading price action, I would be going like this, but I'm not trading price action.
All right.
And I think it, so on a true day, 1.5 is the extension, lines up with the 2.5 from last week. If it was a true long day, sorry. And basically, so now if we go to the 15-minute, this candle's still in creation, so we can't use it yet, but I'm going to assume this will be the high. Basically, if we break this high in 9 minutes, so if it just bounces around here, or whatever like the high becomes in the next 2 candles, then I would assume we're changing directional bias. And I would assume that it's not going to the 1.6 true day target for a short day. Especially, yeah, so it cleared out all the 1 hour buys. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
YM looking to confirm.
Yeah, I wish. Well, it doesn't even matter. I should just. I think I'll give this another. I'll give this another 20 minutes. If it comes up to like a retracement area, I might take it back down. But if it doesn't, then just done.
Call it a day. 1.2. 1. No.
So this is not going to be in the high. It'll be whatever this becomes. For another 7 minutes. Because right now, yeah, that's a giant. So this all happened in one candle, which is also like this is taking all of these buys, that were sitting here. I guess it wouldn't take those. It would be all of this. So it would be those buys, these remaining buys, and the guys that got in here. And now we're pricing way up.
Okay, and Q's moving up as well here.
Can't believe I just missed this. Called it.
It's okay, dude. Can't believe that you've identified a great opportunity that you're going to be able to identify for the rest of your life and make
No.
money from.
No,
It's
I
a
don't.
better way of thinking about it.
I don't trade price action anymore, so
I see.
doesn't matter if I identify it. Man, this is just. So. That's funny. So median retracement on a false day is 2.5. We'll see what happens here in the next. Maybe I will trade the false day data.
Right. Let's see. Did we get a confirmation? We did.
So 1.3, 1.4 is not.
We did get a wick confirmation. What are you saying?
YM has had a confirmation.
To the south here, yeah.
Long confirmation. Actually.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then in Q and ES are pulling back up. So.
All we did was close that volume block and the bottom of the weekly go. The perfect turnaround at 92 in CL. Unbelievable.
What's the
It's
perfect turnaround?
50% of that. What's that?
What's the perfect turnaround?
Well, it was the close that volume, that open volume pockets, that 76.92 plus the 50% of that wick that you mentioned earlier, plus last week's WDR, which we said was kind of weak anyway, but to add 3 points to the.
Oh, I didn't even see. I haven't been looking at volume. Yeah, that reacted off that perfectly. Perfectly.
Yeah, this is crazy. That's the thing. It's like I'd like to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like my mind keeps rotating through these different things, but I'd like to only trade it at these locations. Other than like data SD locations, I'd like always to only trade it at these kind of IDR mids, DR and IDR highs and lows, weekly DR highs and lows and mids. Like I want to initiate trades only in those locations. I
Mm-hmm.
wonder if
Mm.
it's something that I could beat in on with some good back testing.
Well, you don't even need highs and lows. Like you could literally almost trade off of volume nodes alone if you really wanted to.
Wow.
Just like turn everything off and just watch your volume. Like if you see like 4 reactions from a specific volume area, you can usually just go the opposite direction to the next volume area.
Oh shit. I'm game to look at things like that. I love that kind of stuff.
But it's just like the R is just not usually ideal
Right.
unless it like breaks the volume node that you're like aiming towards and you're trailing.
Right.
And then you have to be careful in the RDR session because it can often accumulate and like move the node.
That's interesting.
Just,
You think we have well, we only got a wick confirmation in CL, but we're right here at the 50% of the IDR above the volume mode.
yeah, I'm basically looking for the market structure shift now. So like if I get
It has to close above 96, is what you're saying, or 95 in high change,
no,
which would be
no, it's
the
gotta
high of
it's gotta close
the.
above 34, which is the current high of the 15-minute candle.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I get you. So then theoretically, if I was to draw my rectangle here, we shouldn't see a trade below 84.50 anymore. That's the order block that took us to this change of structure, right?
84.
It's just like
Oh yeah,
50.
like if we
Fi-
if we get anything below 88, then the structure's still saying it wants to sell.
okay, got
Like
you on that.
the only time a structure the only time a micro change in structure becomes relevant is so like if the 15-minute structure gets broken, and you can even just look at like so here if we're looking at this morning, this
Okay,
high or this order block would have had to have been closed above, and like it wasn't. So like this was probably 50% of this, very close
yeah,
to, and then
nearly to the tick.
it just sold off. Whereas if it would have broke above this, it would have just kept going.
Mm,
And then same here is like so because we had this 15-minute candle ended on a green, it would
mm-hmm.
basically need to close above this to have a shift. Otherwise, it's just going to continue down to some extent.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can only take the high and low for a structure shift off of an opposing colored candle. Otherwise, it's all in the same directional bias.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Grabbing coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. I'll be right back. Ethan, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right back, brother.
All right, man.
So we made new low, but it depends where this candle closes. This could have just been a liquidity grab. The 1 minute will actually be key here, so still no close. I got another 10 minutes, 6 minutes before I'm just done for the day anyways. So we still failed to get a body close below here, so this would be kind of what I was saying, just a liquidity grab. So we got the dip down. See what happens here. We did actually get a 5-minute close below the weekly DR, which is not good. Well, it doesn't really matter. We already confirmed short, so it's good for potential target being hit. Not good if we're looking for a reversal before we hit target. kind of looking like what I thought would happen, though. We'll see. So we would need So if we're looking at true short days, this is, I guess technically we could have a retracement up to here, but it would not be ideal. Yeah, I'm not sitting here for that. Not sitting here for that. Especially when the median is here and the drop off's here. This definitely doesn't look like it wants to price down. So it failed here, failed to make a new low here. I'd like to see it go to target for everybody. Still failing to make a new low. Where is the lens data? This to me looks like it's accumulating to a fake sellout, making people buy these highs as price rejects, but ultimately we're going like this. It's buying into how people generally think. Peak, buy, or sell. Peak, sell. Peak, sell. Assuming we're making a new low.
Crude's gonna make a new low.
No, that's what it's making a normal person think. So
Oh, right, right.
short here, short here, short here. We don't make a new low. We come higher. This is looking like a fake out to the upside to me. We've continuously, and I could be wrong. Could price down obviously, but we really struggled to break the volume node and the weekly DRA here. We're still not like, we're barely closing below it. We already grabbed liquidity from all these buys that happened. So to me,
Oh yeah.
this is gonna go up. Especially like look how many dip downs we have. Dip down, dip down, dip down, dip down, dip down, dip down, dip down. And we're not going down.
Oh yeah.
Like so this to me is just screaming like the algo's like, hey, do you guys want to go down? And they're like, nope, we don't want to go down anymore. We're happy here. Either that or it's gonna be like a ridiculous push candle. One of the two.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna just be like a slow, like it's accumulating way too much here. So it's either gonna take, we just got equal lows. We'll see. We'll see. Where's our 15-minute candles at? So 10 minutes. Probably just wait till this candle closes and then I'll head out. Not seeing anything that's of interest to me.
Yeah.
I don't like sideways consolidation for 20 minutes. Another dip down. See if she wants to reach.
See what happens here, and then more wave Friday.
Could technically, I guess, do like one more grab right here. Because people have been buying.
Well, YM is not holding up. Took some L's.
Some L's. Let's take a
Yeah,
look.
took 2R.
See, I'm staying super disciplined and only trading my plan. Oh, what is going on here? Yeah, I wouldn't.
Dick is
This,
making new lows since 10 o'clock.
yeah, this,
Yeah, I got
this,
some.
this is super chopped to me. I wouldn't have traded this.
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't really look at US 30, so I can't really like judge. But just by like looking at this
Yeah.
this is just pure accumulation. Like there's nothing. Oh, this is the 1 minute. Still, that's a lot of accumulation on the 1 minute. 5 minute doesn't really look a whole lot better. We're basically, this is what, 9:30 to, so basically an hour this way, an hour this way. I would,
Yeah, I was thinking it would keep going up.
yeah, like if it is gonna keep going up, it would be, so
It bounced off the weekly DR.
it would be going right here. This would be, if I was in this, I'd be looking at the, what are the clusters for, what's the,
Yeah, the main one was, I didn't want to see it go below 0.2,
that's the main
like,
one?
and now it did. Well, the mode was 0 negative 0.1, and then the drop off was negative 0.2, and we didn't go past 0.5, so we're not looking at that. Um,
So 4 to 5 isn't,
4 to 5 is very small.
very
Well,
small?
it is on max retracement.
Yeah, see,
4
this
5
that's
is
so
decent.
funny. I just marked this up. This would have been my trade.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that'd be break even already. But I don't trade US 30 enough to know. I just see that, like, so there's nothing really here to signify, like, structure other than this candle tried to push down, and then we got this closed up. Well, we had 3 candles in a row that closed above it. So this would be the candle that I would consider caused the structure break from the previous high. So I would expect a
Yeah.
retracement into 50% of this candle up to 60%. This is the 50%. I'd have my stop below the 60%. And if it was going to continue up, that's where it would
Where
be.
even is the clothesline? I don't know if I have that on. Clothesline.
For me personally. Oh, we did get a close below here. On the 1 minute, what's the 5 minute look like? No close. What's the 50 minute look like? No close. So this is not actually a close. This is just liquidity grab for now. Excuse me.
Because the other one's like NQ. If NQ can close above its weekly DR low, because ES bounced off its weekly DR base or last week's weekly DR, then if we can get move up, then I'm expecting YM to push to lead that push up, but we'll
Which,
see.
I don't know. The last time I looked at all 3 of them at the same time, none of them look like they're moving together right now.
Yeah, they're not, but you get
Yes.
like it helps a little bit to understand, okay, what is one doing versus the other, and
Yeah, but the problem with trying to make that kind of correlation is you're adding your own, like,
for sure,
justifications to
yeah,
it. I mean,
your take on it, I agree.
and when you're adding human emotions to what you think something would do, you're generally going to make the wrong decision.
Yeah, so yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's times when all 3 are like in like perfect sync, and you're like, "Oh, this is great."
Right.
But when they're not, and I've seen the only reason I'm so harsh on that assessment is because I've seen, like, quote unquote professional traders who try to correlate all 3, and I've watched them lose historic amounts
Yeah.
of money. And they're like,
Yeah.
this
I
one
bet.
usually leads the pack. It's like, what do you mean usually leads the pack? They're fucking, one's a tech stock, one's a fucking 500 top stock,
Industrial.
and one's
Yeah.
like, they're not even.
Yeah. Slightly.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're somewhat, but like not like
No,
it's
man.
not like a given thing at all. Yeah.
Even YM, it's the top 30 stocks in the U.S. Of the top 30 stocks, it's like 3 stocks. Like, if you actually
Yeah.
look at the
Yeah.
the efficiency breakdown, it's literally 3 stocks.
Yeah. You're probably right.
So it's like, really, to figure out what YM's doing on a day, you should be like, is there any good news for the top 3 stocks that's going to push the direction?
Yeah. War starting was a good one for YM.
Oh, of course. War always is going to move all stock markets up, except for the country that's being most affected.
Right.
Arms manufacturing, tech manufacturing, world manufacturing exponentially increased. Da, da, da. Oh yeah, baby, give me that structure shift.
Yeah.
YMCA. See, and I know a guy that trades 1-to-1s off of just this stuff, so he would have already hit this on this bounce.
Yeah. Fucking failed on YM today, man.
like I'm looking at this as if I want to take a trade, but like I won't take a trade. I'm like, I know what I want to see, but I'm just like, I'm only trading DR.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only trading with direction. That's why I like the model trades, because I can be a little bit more discretionary. But when it comes to DR, we never trade against confirmation, even if this gives me what I want to see, which it is. Like it's like 5 minutes, no close below here. 15 minutes, no close below here. 1 minute.
But you can trade against the confirmation if you on a broken model day when it's reached extension, or even then you're not interested.
No, I'm not interested until I do way more back testing into like extension, because like especially for CL, like that's such a wash, because median extension doesn't mean anything. Like this could run a fucking 5 extension. Like CL is like a wild ball cannon. Like you never really know where it's actually going. It's just median's a good target area. Like as an example, where was it? What day was it? I think it was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. No, it wasn't Thursday. I don't remember. There was a day where it was like I thought about trading. It hit the extension, but then usually just like if it does hit the extension and that is like all it's supposed to hit for the day, if it does reverse, it usually only reverses like to the DR and then goes sideways. Like it's you got to find the days that are actually true day confirmations that end up in a false day, and that's I gotta do way more back testing.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Stuff. Yeah, so this here to me is still like YM still coming. Now, like if it is gonna come up, it's like this is what it needed to do, is to come here to go up. And
Yeah.
CL is still, this is still bullish. Like it doesn't matter what the 1 minute is showing. This is bullish price action. So we're making.
Oh, look at that. This is CL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm long from 95
There you go.
for the play back to the top of the DR or IDR high.
Yeah, I wanted to take a long, but I still haven't seen what I wanted to see.
No, it's better you do your rules. I mean, for me, I feel like I saw the same thing. I still that the trade that I saw back in
At 88.
at back at 1045 is still intact. It's a big area here. The volume POC, the bottom last week's WDR, extension data, the low hanging fruit anyway, 1.3 off the confirmation. So I think that.
Like, I think I would take this to the opposite side of the DR if we broke this on a 1 minute structure that left some kind of like imbalance here and then bounced off of this candle close. I would take that up and assume that it's going to be maybe not a false day, but at least take out the DR high. But I would need to see some pretty. But yeah, like to me, this is like all of this is just fake out, grab more liquidity. Like this is bullish price action to me.
Yeah, I agree.
And a close above this would be monumental for a change in direction. But I can't, like, so the reason I'm not long here is, like, where's my stop? Like, there's no evidence that this is done grabbing liquidity from people that are buying yet. There's, like, no clear, like, some guys would have bought in here because they saw this fair value gap. Their stop would have been below here. They would have been stopped out. Same thing here. Fair value gap. Stop below here. Stopped out. So this is just continuously grabbing stops. And it hasn't given me a clear change in direction yet. Now, if this was to end green, I would actually consider this to be our high that it has to break. But that would have to end, what time would that be? 15 minutes, so 10:40 or 11:45. So this high could still trail up technically. So 11, oops. Let's move this to 11:45. I don't even know why I'm like marking all this up because I'm obviously not trading it. It's just like it's that feeling of like knowing, you know.
Yeah, no, because you have to always be practicing what you believe it's going to be doing and see what the delta is between how you're reading it and what actually happens. That's how you refine you know, that's how you really refine your art.
And I wish I would have been watching the 1 minute when all this happened.
Why you've been short on that, right?
Oh yeah, I would have 100% when this confirmed. Hit the what's the 0.5? Negative 0.2 right here. Yeah, I would have been in that. Oh well. And then I would have not went to target because I would have saw this and I would have instantly closed my position. Okay, so this is going to be the new high. This is just looking like, so now like all I'm seeing is I would want to see a differentiation between here and here. Or, yeah, I guess if it doesn't break, so this would be our candle here. So we're literally at the 50% right now. So it could react right here. We'll see though. If it doesn't give us strong downside reaction here, I'm still assuming that it's going up. It's crazy. I've been uploading my like I've been recording all of these and like uploading them, and I've had 30 hours of stuff watched this week.
Wow. Mostly models.
I haven't actually uploaded any models yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just like all my back testing, like basically everything I recorded now and then just upload it. And seems people are watching, so Just keep uploading, I guess. I do a lot of talking, I guess, so like I'm really explaining my thought process as I go, but I don't know. This part would be useless. Anybody still watching? This was the trade. This is just theoretical hypothesizing jargon. Yes, this is that 50% range, and this would technically have to encompass this low to this high. That's basically exactly where I said we should have a reaction from. I wonder, just out of curiosity. That would be here to here. So I would argue, oh, I guess this already hit the 50% here, but it didn't come down to the 1-to-1. 18 points. I wonder if you could do like 10 points. It's like half of the box size. That would have worked.
I also feel like today is you're at risk for things not really extending.
Oh yeah,
Like you're gonna get
Tuesdays
weird
are always
extensions.
yeah, Tuesdays are always weird days because you're creating a new weekly DR. Oh, it's not Tuesday. It's Monday.
No, it's Tuesday. There was a
it is
holiday
Tuesday.
yesterday.
That's why I'm all messed up like a soup sandwich.
Plus, it's a day after a holiday too. That also kind of is garbage.
How do you draw the midline? Oh, there you go. Boom. That's what I want. Cause that's funny. So this, we could have taken the midline and went up off of that wick that we were talking about. And then this is the 15-minute structure. It's crazy how price just like if you know what you're looking at in terms of like how price responds to stuff, you can be pretty accurate about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And then you just have to like be super cautious of like stuff like this, like especially when you start looking at the lower time frame. This looks like if you were just looking at the lower, if this was on the higher time frame, this would be like clear downtrend, but not on the higher time frame. It doesn't look like this. And we technically broke. So if we actually did this, when we truly broke it, we never retested it. And actually, no, it would be right here. So break, dibs up on the break, retest, up. And that's what I was looking for. No. It is quite funny though. Out of all the places I said that you could buy up from. And I guess I didn't announce them all entirely, but this was a clear one you could have bought up from.
Mm-hmm.
When this failed to, when this was a giant wick, you could have bought it from here. This one I wouldn't have bought up from on the 1 minute anyways, but could even argue on this one, dibs down, wicks down, closes up. You could go buy off there. And the secret when like you're scalping is like most people think they're scalping, but they're actually trying to swing trade.
Mm.
And you can't do that off of scalps unless you're managing to actually get the absolute low, which most people aren't. Because, as an example, this would be the absolute low.
Right, and there's be no reason to buy that.
That's right. So this is actually...
If you get the neckline, that's the reasonable place, kind of the 89, 90 area, 76, 89, 76, 90. What?
I think most really good scalpers trade a 1-to-1 though. They're looking for reactions off of key areas. Like good scalpers anyways. They're looking for like an 85% plus win rate off of 1-to-1s. I think you only need a 60% win rate, isn't that? Win rate
I think
versus risk reward.
Could be break even, 60%, 1-to-1. Because you got fees and all those shit, commissions, fees, spread.
Fuck that shit. No, you need reward to risk 1. You would be 55%. You'd need 60% to be like beating fees and stuff, I would guess. 60% would be profitable, but that's like not ideal profitable. But at the same argument though, like I guess if you're 60% is profitable, any percentage above that is just like astronomically more profitable. And like if you're getting like a 70, 80, 90% win rate at a 1-to-1, you're like printing capital. But most people just don't have like
the focus of the acumen to really be.
Yeah, and like too many times they like instead of setting like a position, you're like, okay, this is where I'm in, this is my 1-to-1, we'll say. Instead of closing here, they see this giant candle and they're like, oh fuck, we can go, this is like here, oh, we've got to change in price, like we can go for the high, like whatever, and then they just lose, and then they're just revenge trade like a fucking motherfucker. So I would want to see a differentiation between these 2 points if I was going to take a real long. Like if we had an imbalance created here, that's like, that would be incredible. For the long that you're holding, if this created an imbalance, I would just continue to hold. If it rejects off here to any key level and makes a new low below here, I would say it's not worth holding anymore. I guess we'd have to do the 15, which is the same. Yeah. Go figure. So you're basically playing like these 2 areas and you're hoping that an imbalance gets created within here to displace the order flow that it was blocking. I read something quite interesting by a trader that I follow the other day. Actually, he said that he posted a picture, and he said, "What?" And I probably couldn't replicate it because it's just been spooling in my head. But there was basically like a double wick gap, so like a special, and he didn't show the rest of the price action. He was like super zoomed in, and it was more like this, but like reverse. So no, wasn't even like this at all. It was basically like on this side, price had come up. No. On this side, price had come up, and then on this side, price just like shot through. And he's like, "What's important about this?" And everybody's like, "Well, it's a double wick. It's got to be filled. It's an imbalance. Blah blah blah." And he was like, "No." And somebody posted and said, "You need a candle body close for it to be considered a true close gap. Doesn't matter how many wicks go through it." And he's like, "That's correct." So it doesn't matter. And M7's kind of said the same thing, but it was just like he worded it different. He's like, "I don't care about wicks." He's like, "Big wicks mean nothing to me. All I care about is body closes." And it makes sense. So like the body close, otherwise it's unclosed price action essentially, which is why on that 1 hour candle this hit 50% of to the T and just bounced off, because that wick is unclosed price action, so anything can still happen within that vicinity. Oh man, this is just gonna fucking explode up. Yeah, so this was the target. I don't see it running to target today. I wouldn't even short HOS LOS, even if it came up by 11.55, because this is just looking very, very bullish to me.
What you guys looking at?
Oh, just still
Yeah,
analyzing
just John
CL.
price action.
Nice. Yeah, it took us CL long, but I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
a
still
pretty
long
Where did,
from 95. I'm break even now. I'm not gonna let it go. Actually, I'm gonna put it at 99.
yeah,
Actually, if it
99 safe. You can really go all the way up to like
04, right?
04, 05 in there. Like
Yeah,
if it comes down, it's just gonna continue to sell off. We've
yeah.
created, like, this should be the low, this should be the high we're looking to break for continued upward movement. If we get a body close on the 5-minute above this dotted line, that's massive. And then if we get a 50-minute close above here, it's and I'm in no trade. I'm just the analyst.
I like it
yeah.
though.
Honestly,
It's good analysis.
I not too proud of the way I've traded today.
Well, just
Been
make sure it's all in your
too
metrics
in and out.
and all zeros.
Yeah.
Treat yourself like you fucked up.
For realsies.
Yeah, I'm super happy today. I took my one trade. I'm up basically 4R. I wish I would have caught this, but I'm not interested in anything else really. This just reacted off of this wick, but that doesn't mean anything because we're on the 1 minute. Where'd you go into your buy for CL?
What my entry price?
No, I know where you're in, Will. You're in down here, 95.
Yeah, 95.
But Nova said
Are you asking me?
Yeah, you said you were
Oh
in
yeah.
long.
Oh yeah. By the way, my name is Ethan. I got in pretty late into CL. I would say 77.12.
Oh, 12. Wow.
Yeah, I should have been in at 08 when that limiter, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you should have been
I
way down there.
it's pretty like bad execution. So I moved my I'm already at break even, and
That's good.
yeah,
Honestly, whatever your risk is, I just close 1 hour and just call it a lucky win.
right, exactly. That's a good point, honestly.
Yeah, because you're not trading with DR. You're just like revenge
Yeah,
trading.
Yeah,
why?
yeah, exactly. It's a random ass trade.
Which is why I don't really like talking because it it
It
influences stuff.
influences. Yeah,
Like I like
I actually
analyzing.
took that trade. I wasn't listening to you guys when I took that trade, but
Oh,
it still is not a valid trade for me to justify it. You know.
whereas Will has been listening to me blabber for the last like week solid, and he's like, "Oh, I like this. This is good. I buy here. I'm long."
Bill's a beast, dude. Don't let him deceive you, man. He's an
Oh yeah, no, I
execution
know.
monster.
I know he pays his bills trading, but like,
Mhm.
I can
Yeah,
promise you the stuff that I've been explaining has given him a further edge based
yeah,
on
Yeah,
for
price
it
sure.
really
action.
has. It's kind of it's like things that are right in front of you. That's the brilliance of the market is everything's right in front of you. It's just can you see it?
Yep,
Yeah.
100%.
They're so crafty. The thing I loved about DR is like I had developed my own opening range and standard deviation lines like long before I knew about DR. It was just like back when I was building my own algos for trading. And uh, the offset from the bodies of standard deviations versus the highs and lows, it was like that was like a watershed thing when it come into DR. I'm like, I can't
Mm.
believe it. Like for years I was, and it's just,
Well, doesn't ICT use deviations?
I don't know, but this is like long before I even knew ICT existed.
Mm-hmm.
This is back when I was just left the exchange and was opened an office with a couple of my partners.
Gotcha. Yeah, because he uses
Yeah.
no, not this one. This one. No, those are his entries. He uses the 0.27 in one of his videos.
Oh, 0.72. Yeah. The optimal trade entry thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Settings. Oh my god. I didn't mean to do this. People can say whatever they want about ICT. Like, I don't think, like, I think he's blown enormous amounts of money. But,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, dude, like, you can even, like,
Can't get to where you discover all that without losing
yeah,
tons.
like, you can even go into, like, his old mentorships. Like, he's blown, like,
Yeah.
$10,000 accounts. Like, people have come out publicly and, like, shown, like, his statements and, like, all kinds of shit.
Interesting.
Like the dude's lost an enormous amount of money. However, he pioneered a fuck ton of stuff that people use today.
Yeah.
And I do think he is actually profitable, regardless of like what he shows. But I don't think he's profitable because of proper risk management. I think he's profitable because he's managed to capitalize on like leveraging in certain positions
Mm.
in times that have been extremely beneficial to him.
Mm. Yeah, I can't deny that the dude is a fucking great trader. Honestly,
But like,
even though he does execute on paper or whatever, he's showing some stuff where it's like, wow, it's an undeniable skill, my G.
yeah, and he's he's been making videos for like
Ages,
over
yeah,
a decade, right? Like, so it's not
yeah,
like he didn't just come out of nowhere. Like, he's obviously been like trading and been happy and like this is his bread and butter, like you keep. Oh, 1 second.
Somebody's already got filled. Oh, sheesh. Oh, man. I'm not gonna lie.
What happened? Something wrong?
Yeah, I really just, I think I just fucked my funded account already. Lol.
Oh, really? Why? What happened? What did you do?
Oh, man. Just bad trading, brother. Bad trading.
Well, what's the leverage you're using?
It's a 50K account, and
And how
I
many
just
lots
kept
you trade?
taking. I didn't go higher than 4, but
Didn't go higher
I
than
took
4.
like I took like 10 trades and lost 200
Oh shit.
each time.
Oh damn, dude, you're like me, dude.
That's that was my limit.
Once
Fuck,
the fucking
man.
once you insert the needle, dude, you just keep pushing the plunger.
Ah, yeah, 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 man.
Um,
Yeah, for sure. Challenge failed. Fuck.
yeah.
All right,
Well,
whatever.
look,
Let's restart this
it's
shit.
fixable, man. You just got. It's just about discipline. You know better than
Yeah,
anyone.
I know, right?
But that's the thing is, we got to get to the point where we can hold each other accountable, where it actually makes a difference in how we act. You know, it's always like kind of post and ad hoc, and not that you want somebody like when you're trading kind of affecting the trades you take from an analytical perspective, but there has to be some kind of way that we can be like, all right, what are you doing, and why are you doing that? Okay,
Yeah,
and
I should have really
and
chilled out. Like, there's no reason to enter. I mean, any of these. I mean, even the trade I just got stopped out of right now, the account went below the threshold. It's working out, but there's no actual. Like, it didn't even give me the goldfish. I'm just front running, and I haven't done that in weeks. I'm so stupid. I don't know what else there is to conclude, man. These are just rookie mistakes. And I was so biased on why I'm going long because we got that long confirmation. Look at it now. We just got a false day. And I fought that all the way. Like every fuck, man. I don't know. That's bad. I should have just stopped after 2 L's and moved away. That was the solution. But yeah, sometimes we fuck up. But oof, doof, doof, doof.
I'm back. My favorite thing about all these educators, though, is they all think they're better than each other, and they all trash talk, and they all think that they're all liars. Like, like it's like, why can't we all like? Don't get me wrong. Like, if somebody's just like clearly scamming or whatever, they should be called out and like fuck those guys. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, like nobody proves their financials, even M7. So it's like if you're not willing to like prove that you're doing what you're saying you're doing, and we're just supposed to take like everything at face value, then like why do you guys all have so much beef with each other? Like get out of here. Like do your
I know, right?
teaching
Such a
and
waste of time.
yeah, I'm like
If I was them, I would. That's what I would conclude.
yeah, it's like if you know you're
Even some of
better,
these trader spaces and stuff they do on Twitter, it's like, yeah, they're good, but half the time it's like, yeah, it's like a cock measuring contest. Like half the fucking time, it's like my psychology, my strategy, my. It's like, all right, guys, cool. But I stopped. I don't listen to any of that shit anymore.
oh yeah, I never
Unnecessary.
have.
Yeah.
I've never been in a Twitter Spaces or any of that stuff.
Bill, I know you still. Do you still listen to those?
No, I've never
What's
listened
that?
to them. Oh,
The
Will.
Twitter spaces?
No, I stopped doing it. I just everything is a distraction between me and backtesting, and I
Yeah,
just
I know, right?
eradicate everything that gets in the way. It's just too much.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, I have trouble focusing as it is. I'm like a raging ADD, so
Yeah.
for me to, you know,
Wow, the Dow
keep
Jones
my
false
trails different.
data was so nice. Fuck.
Oh wow, just
So
5K.
are you supposed to look at the false scenario as well as the true scenario and see if you might be
On,
going towards a false day?
only if you see like, so if the false day says that 0.3 0.4 is like the false day extension, and then you see something like this where there's like 5 minute rejections, then
Yeah.
yeah, like it's worth looking at it. But
I
unless
know, right?
unless you
Fuck.
see, like, it's got to be super clear. Like even if, like, say this went up to here and then you
If
had
you,
like four
it was
sell
actually,
candles in a row, I
yeah,
still wouldn't even look at it because there's been no indication that prices try to go higher. Whereas this, yeah, like this is pretty clear
yeah, fuck.
false look. But it's but again, like, you got to back test the shit out of false days, because like I don't even trade false days. Like I look at the
I know,
data
right?
and
Yeah, I
and,
agree.
and it's like,
It's just,
because you can sell yourself on it being a false day, like just like
Yeah,
you can sell yourself on anything, right? So it's
yeah,
like, unless I specifically go back and back test false days, I'll probably never trade them.
yeah, I feel you. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not willing to
There's no
lose
point.
one
Yeah,
R on a feeling.
yeah, right. Well, things are confirming south now.
Yeah, this is still super bullish.
Confirmations everywhere. Confirm. I think I'm gonna not execute anymore.
Yeah, that's
Just
probably the wise thing to do.
take it easy. Oh, is this a competition thing running? The leap thing
You mean the Robbins Cup?
on Trading Views doing this like competition called the leap apparently.
Oh yeah, I read something about that. I didn't actually.
Dude, I'm gonna destroy this on what is it called again? Let's
I'm
see
gonna,
if I try to
I'm gonna
connect it.
destroy this. Says the guy that just punted off ours all morning.
Oh my god, dude, don't worry, man. I'm about to make like $1 million and they're gonna be blown away.
Yeah, I think in a competition like that, where there's like no rules, it's just like whoever has the highest percentage. Like I would just wait for like the perfect time and price
Oh,
setup.
so the competition has not started yet.
I would punt like five
I
percent
know, right?
and just like I would just risk 5% until I was at like 500% profit. I'd be like, oh yeah, this is probably good. And then I just
Yeah, I
stop.
know, right? That's what I would do as well.
But that being said, there's probably lots of people that are gonna do that. So it's like,
Yeah. But you can win like 10K apparently, so whatever it takes, man.
yeah, I don't need 10K that bad.
I mean, I don't either, but it would be nice to fund a 10K account
Yeah,
by your trading. That'd be sweet.
yeah, you're not wrong. So
I just
this
need to
is,
extract some money from the markets, you know what I mean? Like, even when I made money, I never paid myself, so I have never withdrawn money from the markets. So that's like a big goal for me.
what I wanted to see. So if we got one more leg up,
Oh, nice. We still have some more.
CL,
Cool.
where am I? CL 22. My goodness. Hey, that stop was a great little. That held up nicely. Oh fours.
yeah,
So
like
now
if it,
we can't come back there though again. If we go all the way back down and take out that limiter.
well, yeah, I'm not even looking at the limiter. I'm just like, just based on price. If this, so this is nice. This fair value gap that just got created on the 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
On CL.
Yeah,
Hmm. It's
Th-
also 2 minute fair value gap. Wow.
yeah, this is very. So this is continued bullish. If it would have closed below here, even on the 1 minute, I would say that we're still ass down. But this is,
5 minuto.
If we can close above
If we could
30, dude,
close,
that would
if
be
we can
big.
close above these limiters, sheesh. Yeah, exactly. Oh, not even above 30. If we close above Yeah, 29, 30.
23,
Yeah.
24. Well, there's another limiter at 27 to 28, I think it is. Or no, 29, 28 to 29. That's another one. I don't know how fresh it is. And it's also the mid of the previous week's.
What are you guys
This
targeting
is
with this?
RDR. I'm taking off one at the DR low.
Is it because it's a
I
broken
mean,
model?
yeah.
You expect
Yeah, and then I'm taking another one off at the IDR mid, just
Yeah.
below it,
no.
and the rest I'm
Will
holding till the DR high.
Will
I
is
see.
not trading because it's a broken model. Will is trading because he's a degen.
Yeah.
Like
I
let's
don't
just
blame him, man.
let's just spit facts. Like it's, the DR model has nothing to do with why he's trading.
William has an addiction.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy it as much as anyone enjoys anything.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong to have your enjoyments. I'm just saying like let's
No, I'm with you, dude.
yeah.
I love the analysis. I love how you say it like you see it, man. That's so refreshing. Some some people say it, but they don't see. Some people see and don't say.
And with your
And
fucking chest.
you're very consistent about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, I don't well, I literally have a tattoo that says personal integrity. It's just how I run my life.
Yeah, I like that. Well, I went to the Naval Academy. We took a vow of integrity for
For the
this
queen.
thing. Yeah, for the Queen. Yeah, for God and country. But
So
yeah, it's something I value too, man. I'm not, not. I don't always remind myself of all the things that ways you can go astray, but I try to live a principled life.
Good man.
But I'm
All
I'm
about
more emotional than you are, Dispo. So it's often challenging to.
yeah, I definitely have been told many times in my life that I lack empathy. So
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse, right? I mean,
yeah,
and if you can recognize it, it could be more a blessing than a curse.
well, I recognize it. I just don't care.
Well, that's true to
You lack.
form. True to
They
form.
say you lack empathy, but in your mind, you have empathy, right?
Yeah, but I like so I'm empathetic about like
Like your
real,
family, your
not even family, like real things. Like I don't like seeing like children struggle. I don't like
Mhm.
seeing, um, like people treating other people wrong
like
for no
bullying
reason.
or wrong. Yeah,
I don't like people who have like little man syndrome and like treat people wrong because they have their own
their own
like
insecurities.
yeah like so like stuff
Yeah,
like that. I'm like, hey man, like fuck off.
yeah.
But like when like adults complaining about stuff, I'm like grow up fucking pair, man. Like my life was fucking garbage. I've been to second and third world countries where like kids are peddling fish on the side of the street to help feed their families. Like
Dude,
you
yeah.
have nothing to stand on. Like
And they're happy, dude. That's a crazy part. They're
yeah
still smiling, and
yeah like they're
people here complain about
yeah.
nada, bro.
So I lack empathy when like that stuff happens. Like when guys at work are complaining about like
Oh, I
home
see.
problems and stuff. Like I'm just like, man, you guys are
You have
garbage.
no idea what. Yeah,
Like
I see what you mean.
yeah.
You're being ultra empathetic then.
Yeah, it's like even when the wife complains about like work and stuff, I'm like, listen, like this isn't a problem. Like, what do you like?
I know, right? That's a good thing, bro. That means you have such a positive outlook on things. Like,
Oh man,
dude, this is nothing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
I've
good.
the wife's like that. She's like even today she's like, yes, we know you don't care about anything. You're always like positive outlook. I'm like, yeah, like
It's
why
not
wouldn't you
very good.
want to think that way?
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to like have negative thoughts in your
So
head
can
about?
you're like sorry? Yeah, exactly. It makes no sense.
Makes
But
no,
when you're in that, like, it's so hard to see that person's perspective. I feel like that's the hardest part about that kind of thing. It's they just think you're like, oh, this guy's living like in a fairy tale. What the fuck is wrong with him? Does he not see the real problems? But in reality, it's like your obsession with the negatives is what is keeping you in the negatives. Like if you just think positive and have hope, it fixes a
Mm.
lot of things. Not by itself, but because you have that outlook on it, you tackle it in the different like approach versus like, ah, fuck, there's problems and just worrying about the problems and not really taking any actions against the problems is the like perpetual cycle of,
Yeah,
a
you have to
bad,
always be there on top of it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No, I
Yeah.
thought you meant it like in a psychopathic way, right?
Well,
I
no,
thought
but
you
that's
meant like, yeah, I don't feel empathy. I'm like,
no,
oh shit.
no, but that's how people correlate it because I just don't like.
Oh
I've
right.
literally been told that like you have no empathy. I'm like, no, I just don't care about your like peasantry bullshit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's not lack of empathy. That's just understanding what a real problem is.
Right, right. It's literally like it's usually like a mindset issue. It's like a limitation kind of thing with like, yeah, I agree, man. And it's also the fact that you probably have a vision that's much grander than what they ever dream of, right? So their problems are always linked to the smaller perspective they have on life, whereas you probably have a much wider dream. So these
Oh
small
yeah,
things don't they mean nothing to you, you know. You have a very clear vision of what you want, and that's what matters to you.
yeah. Like I I intend to be like at least 9 figures within the next 5 years, and it's like I
Just
actually
nine
make that.
figures,
It's like
100 mil.
yeah, and
Mm.
I
Canadian or U.S.?
wow, whatever the dominant currency is at the time.
Oh
Uh,
shit, I love that. Canadian
Yeah,
to US.
well, whatever. 100
Now
like
he's thinking euros,
let's call
baby.
it
yeah,
60 mil, like whatever.
Bitcoin.
Um,
yeah. 100 mil dollars. It's very feasible, man. But
no, I know, but so like my argument is always like most people can't even envision like when they say $1 million isn't anything. Most people don't even know what $1 million is. Like everyone's like, oh, a million is like the new norm. It's like, bro, you don't even know what 6 zeros looks like.
I know, right? Yeah,
Like,
most people don't know how to do basic math. It's
yeah, it's
actually
like,
hilarious. Yeah.
so like when people talk, it's just like, it, and that's where like I just blank out so
But
much stuff, man.
yeah, I mean, it's because people don't take the time and like break it down, right? Like, okay, how much do I really need to be averaging? And if I'm using a percentage kind of approach, I could get to these goals. It's what we were looking at the other day, right? With your equity curve.
Mhm.
It seems like far away, but in reality, if you are executing the same as your back test, dude, even if you're doing half of that, right, you can make significant progress, like very, very nice profits that compound. And the only variable out of that is just you. The rest is like, like fucking execute whatever it says, because for me, it's always like like today, like the distractions of like being too biased and like that's not acceptable. Like it's just like behave exactly like you would on your back test, 2 bullets max for RDR, and that's the only thing I trade. I don't trade ODR, and move on. But I let myself trade 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Like fuck me, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. So and like the negative effect of that is way larger than you think because you're
Yeah,
like now you need to have you need to be up 7R through the rest of the week to even be marginally positive, let alone like to like be back to your compounding objective.
oh,
Like
I reset that bitch. It's a new funded thing. Yeah, I like failed it, dude. I fucking really like I fucked up, but it's yeah, yeah,
actually,
it's good.
and even for my disciplined self, I actually made an error in judgment today. So I actually traded. So we were right. So I took this long, which was super clear. But here
Yeah,
I did something that I wouldn't normally do. Based on the data at 8 o'clock, it's basically it said that the odds of creating a new low were like 25% or 30% or something. So I was like, okay, this would be a nice 4 hour trade, and I lost that, and that's in my metrics as a fucking zero. But I actually wasn't. I was like, it was super close, but it wouldn't have mattered if I won or lost. As soon as I executed it, I was like, why the fuck did I just do that?
Oh. And you aimed for lower than the low? Oh yeah, it didn't hit the low. I see. Yeah, that's a nice trade though. I mean,
well,
if you
based
had
on the
data to base it on.
exactly, but I haven't back tested it enough, right?
Yeah,
so,
I see.
And that's one of my rules is it has to be back tested. So,
True, I feel you. Yeah.
So
but then that transition trade was very nice.
Yeah, the transition trade was beautiful, but then again, so looking back, I didn't look back far enough. So when I saw 5 rejections here and we were coming to the open, I should have just closed this trade. This is
also it's also the 0.5 of your ADR if you look at that.
Yeah, I know, but so my thought process was if it breaks the 0.5 with a candle close, it's going to the 2.5. Like and I was just waiting for it instead of paying attention to price action. I wasn't looking back. When this failed to close here 4 times above this, like this is just clearly going back down because we haven't. This is what caused the structural break for this downswing. So if it can't come above this, then it's going to continue down. So like I could have had, I closed out at 3.8 somewhere in here, right there, and I could have had, we'll call it, I don't know, this candle closed 6.5, which whatever, still up 3.8. So I can't complain.
Yeah. So how did you manage that trade once you saw those? Did you have it trailed to BE already?
Yeah, like so this whole area, I basically said after 5R I would start doing something is how I've decided for my advanced trade. So as soon as we got this dip up in this impulsive candle, I trailed to the DR because and that's so that's exactly where I got stopped out was the DR. My thought process was if it's going to be an upside expansion day, it's before the 9:30 candle, it's going to expand up. And if it's not, it's going to come down. And I was hoping that it'd be like a range expansion within the IDR to 0.5. And I was going to fucking just like get tighter with my stop. But
I see.
Just came back. But again, this is just not looking far enough back. I could have easily just locked in that profit. But that's okay. So this is where, like, I'm not in this trade, but this is, I know you guys are in, like, back here. This is where I would have gotten into this trade. I put it on as soon as this entered here. And I'd be waiting for the DR high, or IDR.
Yeah, what would you aim for here?
I'd go for the IDR high. This is a clear change in order flow.
IDR high of the ODR?
No.
Or the current,
So 78.11.
Okay,
This is
I
also
see.
a classic breaker.
A breaker block?
We had a low, a high, a lower low.
And
we're taking out the high.
A lower low. Now you're taking out the high. What is the breaker part?
So the breaker part is it can trade back into that order block right there, but it shouldn't take it out.
I see.
Problem with breaker blocks is you can see them everywhere, so it's like which ones are important.
Yeah, that's why.
Whereas
I didn't entire account on them.
Yeah, so I didn't go off breaker block. I just everything that I've been doing here is just based on like clear structure. So like you could have got here like where I said none of this matters. This is bullish. So like you could have got in here, but like I said, like where do you put your stop? Like where's it gonna stop grabbing and fishing for
Liquidity.
liquidity.
Yeah, it could have had 2 more impulses down and
Yeah.
still not really change its
100%.
structure.
Especially when, like, on average, we're going to a 1.6 extension on this day. So it's like, it doesn't matter if this looks like bullish order flow. It can still grab. It can do this for the next 3 hours and then still just not close below here on the 15-minute and then do this. Like, it can. Like, that's just how price operates. This was a clear sign.
A bad rejection there.
It's not a bad rejection. This is all fine. You have to be impartial to what impulsive stuff does. Like, yeah, so I'd be break even on this trade. Like, if I took it as an advanced trade.
We went up to 41. That's the 0.3, a little over the 0.3 to the tick.
Well,
0.3,
this
yeah,
is
0.3.
this is technically.
I'm trying to take one at 45, so I hate
For
when it
sell?
does that.
Nah,
And
it's too high. I already had this marked up. Look, this is
Yeah,
reactionary.
but the time is 12:24, I guess.
I might want to go back, raise my stop. What would you do for a stop here?
Well, my
I'm
stop.
still
If
at
I was
04.
down here, yeah, I'd be like at 1.9, like no questions. If it breaks below this now, it's
Here's these limiters at
selling off.
77.20.
Yes.
That's where
So
mine is.
look at how. So if there's a limiter at 77.20, this is where my stop would be 77.19. So it's just like I don't even need to see the limiter. Like I just understand. So like my understanding of price action, a limiter has been created here, and I'm below that limiter. So if price is going to continue, then I'm correct, and the limiter was created for a reason. So it's just like that's why I love price action.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of freedom, man. You just keep reading, keep reading, keep reading.
But yeah, like this to me, so like I would have been stopped
there.
out here at break even.
Yeah.
I would have been anticipating that this kept going, but like if I was in earlier, my stop would just be right here. It's like if it comes back here,
I can make new highs on CL, then we're still good.
Let's look at the 5-minute.
It's
You
just a
mean
bit ugly, that wick on the 5-minute.
Yeah, but this wick doesn't matter. We already got the body close above the swing high, so this is this is huge. This is we're moving bullish. You would now need a close below here to think that it's coming down. So I guess technically, if you wanted a really safe stop, you could be at like 77.06.
6 or something, yeah.
But I would consider like this is closed.
If it dips up here as well, it would be interesting.
Like this is closed price action, so like this would be your extreme, but like this 77.19 is like I just wouldn't want to see it come back below this.
Yeah, I don't think it should trade below 13. Kind of there's that on the 5-minute. There's the what is this order block here? Oh no, that's has a wick way down low. But the center is still 77.15. The last up candle.
I know what you're
back at not the last up candle, but it's the 1050 up candle.
Yeah, and then this here, so this is creating even on the 1-minute higher lows. And higher highs. We broke the 15-minute high. We broke the 5-minute high. So this to me is just going to continue at least to let's look at a higher time frame here. At least to 50% of this. 77.50 would be where I'd expect to see some kind of reaction. Boom. And then, like, one could argue it's like, if you're taking this type of trade, like, would you move to break even because it's advanced? Like, it's a really tight stop, 10 points. So you're like, I think you would have to be at least 1-1. Oh, which it did go. So, like, this is all the same, man. It's like, maybe I could trade 1-1s. Like, I seem to, like, nail it. Like, this would have been another area.
Dude, you would have been in from the bottom nearly. You know, like within 10 ticks of the bottom.
Like, could have been in here for a 1-1.
And I think we actually reached extension, did we not?
No.
Low hang was
No. 1.6 is extension.
Tuesday CL RDR. Let's make sure.
Yeah, I think 1.8 was for today.
Yeah, but you always do median minus 0.2, right?
And 30.
Because
True.
median
But it didn't reach
1.8, but look at the mode is 0.8 to 0.9. Like the high mode, but we took that out. So the
Yeah,
next highest
Yeah,
mode is 1.3 to
that
1.4, which we also hit.
Yeah.
And the next highest mode 1.6 to 1.7.
Yeah, like the median means 50% of all the histories hit that. So median minus 0.2, you're basically looking at like 60% of the time. So like it's really like all it is if you want to hit your extension more frequently, you just make a tighter extension, right? So like
Right.
like if you go down to like like 0.8, 0.9 where the mode is, like you're hitting that probably, so 14, 16, you're hitting that like probably 70% of the time.
Yeah, I was say a little bit less. I was gonna say 65% of the time.
Yeah, I'm just running quick numbers. I didn't actually add them all up, but yeah, like
But
it's
no,
like,
I mean you're right.
yeah. If you just
I was just guessing off my head.
you see this wick confirmation, you're just like, okay, I'm in for a short here. I assume the mode's being hit like the fastest. So we're going like this. It's a 3.5 hour trade. Smashed. Doesn't matter what the rest of the price does. I guess that's the 1 minute, so it's not what it would look like on the 5 minute, but that is the purest form of hitting targets that you could ask for. So this is still bullish. We are reacting off of this still.
Crazy. 3 ticks from my price.
3 ticks from your from the 50. Yeah, I wouldn't have targeted like if I was 50 is too high. This is like, even if you wanted to do 50% of this entire candle, which I think is wrong, your partial should have been at 41. Like 50. Yeah, like 50 is like it's 50% of this gap. But you would really want, so like price is for sure reacting to this wick because of the gap.
5.
Yeah, so 42, I would have taken a partial if I was down here, and then I'd hold the rest for. Well, I would never take a partial. I would just hold for target. But
I gotta learn about that partial taking, not taking piece, but
yeah, like because the problem with partials is you're really negating your like
your upside.
Yeah, like, and it's different if you're. No, it really doesn't matter how you look at it. Like you're just negating your upside period. Like if you think it's truly going to your target, there's no benefit to taking a partial because you're just killing your own positive side. Whereas like,
Which has to pay for your low win percent.
Yeah, so like
if
if you're
indeed you have a low win percent.
like if so say you're in down here, you were in at 9.5 or 9.4, whatever. So say you're partially all the way up, you would have been further ahead to just take a 3R trade and close at 3Rs. Like that's the same as taking partials all this whole way up.
Yeah.
Because you're like, say you had 3 contracts here. If you take out one here, one here, one here, well, you 33%ed yourself 3 times.
Yeah.
And the further it runs, and the more you've taken out, the more you hurt yourself. That's why M7 always says no partials, because like in terms of like long-term profitability, you're literally just killing yourself. That being said,
Yeah.
you pay your
No,
bills trading, so it is what it is. So this,
yeah, but I can go weeks making like 15, 20 R, and then I have a week where I lose it. And like, my problem is long-term consistency. Like I have draw that's not tenable. That's the whole reason I'm in DR, is because I don't want to
yeah,
face my
but you're not trading DR, so
yeah.
that's the problem.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in DR to fix my problem, but I still trade my problem.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point.
So this doesn't matter. So this is technically still bullish because all we got was the wick. But if we didn't close above here, I'd be very cautious. This just filled 50% of this gap, I think. Yep.
Mm.
Which, that's where you had your stop, isn't it?
Yeah, my stop was at CL stop is at. I moved it up to 13.
Yeah, you should.
I was at 05, 04 before. Now I'm at 13.
But you see,
And
you can see. So I put the midline in here. It's just funny. So
oh yeah,
wick to wick perfectly taps the 50% of the gap that it
fair
created.
value gap.
Oh, but anyways, I'm not trading. I should be doing something else with my time. I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
But
All right.
definitely still see this going to the IDR of the RDR, either the high or the low. Stop degen trading, and we'll catch you guys later.
All right. Cool. Yeah. All right. I'm with you on that. I think